Glimpse TV. I'm here with Regina Thomashower, also known as Mama Gena of Mama Gena School of Womanly Arts. Hello, Regina.
Okay, how excited am I to have made it to Glimpse TV?
Woo!
To Glimpse.
It's pretty.
I've been wanting to be a guest, secretly biffing being a guest on Glimpse, and now is my moment.
It is the big time. That's for sure. You know you've hit the big time when you're on Glimpse TV. Now, Regina, I actually have not had yet my mother on Glimpse TV, which is you. So you've made it on Glimpse before her.
Whoa.
Which is, that's kind of a big deal.
You're going to have to live with her and yourself. But if I were you, I'd get her next week.
I will. I'll get her soon. So I'm just turning myself off because I've frozen, and we'll just keep talking. So Regina runs this school, and tell me a little bit. I know all about your school because I've been a student 5 times now. I've been a student of Regina since 2006.
Yeah, it's great.
It's absolutely amazing. So that's 5 years. So tell me
That's
about
so
your
good.
school and like about how you started it. And I know the story, but for the people who are watching.
Okay. I have a school in New York City, which is the only school of its kind in the universe, which is called Mama Gena School of Womanly Arts. Take that in, people. There's a school of womanly arts in the world. You can relax now. We've got it covered. It exists.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah.
It is the dawning of a brand new feminine age. We can live in a world where there's a school of womanly arts in New York City that is thriving, successful, and impacting the lives of thousands and thousands of women, even as we speak. Now, it's a school, but it's also a community, and it's a community of women standing for one another, practicing all of the womanly arts and the tools of the womanly arts. So what that means is there are now thousands and thousands and thousands of women in the world who know how to have fun no matter what, know how to flirt appropriately in any situation to ease their access to getting exactly what they want. There are women who are expert man trainers who know how to own and operate men. There are women who know their sensual prowess, who are comfortable in the body woman, and who stand inside their sensual truth with radiance and integrity and glory. There are women who know how to invite abundance. They know how to party with their inner bitch. And there are more womanly arts.
Wow.
There are the tools of the womanly arts that support this community. And you cannot find a more powerful community of women practicing together and standing for one another's dreams and desires, because that's the whole purpose of the school, is to enhance and expand the voice of woman on this planet. Just stop me to take a breath, because I can keep up.
I'm taking that one in. And you know what's interesting? As you were saying that, there was also this like high-pitched sound on Skype, because it's just like the vibration of that is really big.
It's big.
Now, will you tell one of my favorite stories? I feel like a little kid asking her mom to like tell a story that she really loves. Will you tell the story of how we met and then how you met my mom? Because I love that story when you tell it.
It's the best story ever. Okay. Do this. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll just have a moment to look at Regina's beautiful marketing calendar. She was just telling me that all those little stickies are her marketing for the year. Oh, there she is.
Look what I have here, okay?
Okay.
We have, can we talk about this book? This book was my inspiration because, the School of Womanly Arts is now 13 years old. So I wrote my first book probably 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, this, I believe, was in hardcover, and it's very thick. It weighs a lot. But that did not stop me. I would drag this thing around, and as you can see, I am your mother's greatest fan. I would drag this book around because I so admired Dr. Christiane Northrup, and her work was so inspiring to me because I knew there was another woman somewhere on the planet who was standing passionately for women to tune in to their power and to listen to their deepest truth. And I hadn't encountered many women who were speaking in that revolutionary tone. And her work spoke right to my heart and soul. So, of course, I used her textbook in my school, Mama Gena School of Womanly Arts, and I made everyone buy a copy, and then each week there were homeworks delivered to the students, and they had to read a chapter and then report or respond in some regard. I never dreamed I would ever meet Christiane, because I just, she was too much of a heroine to me, and I just never even thought of it. And fast forward a few years, and her work was unfolding, and she was continuing to be on her cutting edge and exploring and rewriting this thing. So she wanted to really get the sensual nuts and bolts together, and somehow encountered my work on Amazon, and saw me and really skeeved me quite a bit, because she'd seen me on the Today Show, because I would only go on the Today Show if they would permit me to be carried in by a throng of men, which I didn't think was too much to ask, and they kind of were amused by it, so it all worked out. And so whenever I had a book launch, a book on the Today Show there, I'd be carried in and then plopped in a chair next to Katie Couric or whoever. So she kind of dismissed me because she found me frivolous. Can you believe that?
Shocking. Shocking.
It's shocking.
Yeah.
But anyway, a few years later, she encountered my book and was intrigued, because there is, of course, I do turn life on its sensual ear, and I do, how shall we say, toss around a few pink feathers with a wink and a beguiling flirtation, but there is a very deep sacred core to my work, which she began to somehow recognize. And so, but not wanting to, sully herself with too many pink feathers and all that, she decided to send her brave daughters as spies for her to the School of Womanly Arts, and they appeared undercover because, of course, they don't have the same last name. And you were first.
No, my sister was first.
Annie was first?
Annie was first. She'll be a future guest on Glimpse TV. Annie was first. And then I came after.
And then you came.
And I came with my best friend from high school, from when we were 7 years old.
Yes.
We both came together. Ellen. Ellen and I came, and we sat in the front row in your living room.
Oh, so much so. I can so remember that, because both you and Annie are extraordinary, and there was a way in which my connection with both of you was so profound, and to have the gift of Annie first and then you, I just felt like, to be able to address, because there you were at the beginning of the flowering of your womanhood.
I was only 22. Yeah.
And it was just, when you were just kind of getting your feet in the water of having a sense of your own womanhood and taking that out into the world of dating. And I just felt so grateful to have met you at that particular transition in your life, and to be able to support that journey of yours, which, oh my goodness, didn't you just rock the world, can I just say, like, with that first boyfriend and the romance? Oh, do you remember that trip? Where was it? When Daniel took you to that Caribbean getaway, and all you did was just like lie in the sand and make savage love for a few days? Or anyway, it was such a good unfolding.
It was. Well, okay, and so there have been a lot of adventures. But so keep going with the story, because we're getting to the best part.
Back to the story. Okay, so I've fallen in love with these two Mahler girls, and there comes the graduation date, and at the graduation, a young woman sister because all women on the planet are sister to one another, and goddess because we each have at least a drop of the divine. All the sister goddesses in the graduating class are permitted to bring their friends and family, as long as they're female, to the graduation. So it's very common for girls to bring their moms. And so I had heard that the Mahler girls were bringing their mom, and that was exciting. And then graduation began, and then somehow, was it you were bragging, and then your mom stood up, and I fell over thud, flat out, because your mom was my heroine.
It was so good. And you know what? I have a special surprise for you today, Regina, which is that I have recorded in my voicemail the voicemail that you left me when the morning after that night. So I'm going to play it now because I think it's so good. Okay. I'm going to play this voicemail so that...
Gena, I just want to call you. I'm still high from Tuesday night, and I just wanted to thank you so much for your participation in having that incredible graduation, that incredible coming together of your actual sisters and your adopted sisters, and then for me especially the meeting of your mama and the keeping of that wonderful piece of espionage was just magnificent, and I just wanted to get my voice on your machine just to say thank you personally for just a welcome, solemn, crazy, wonderful experience. We kissed you, have a great weekend, and I'm so glad you're doing mastery.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that fun? Yeah, I still have that. You know, I have... Sometimes one of the things that I do to juice myself up, I have like the best voicemails ever that I just, I listen to them from time to time when, you know, I'm not feeling so hot. So I've got that one. I have this hilarious one from this Italian boyfriend who, you know, anyway, it's just hilarious. Different voicemails from the years. So, yeah. Anyway.
It's so good to be sentimental.
I am the sentimentalist. For sure. Okay, so...
But I have to go back and say that was one of the rare, and you gave me one of the rare and wonderful nights of my life that I could never have dreamed or never have imagined. And I'm welling up thinking about it because you had to keep the secret for 6 weeks and you must have just like wanted to pee your pants for so many times, and you did not divulge, and that was amazing.
Well,
amazing.
And you know what's amazing is, so recently I spoke at this Reveal conference in New York, which is about the next generation of women spiritual leaders, female spiritual leaders. And there was this woman on the panel that I was on who is the daughter of a Native American chief, but she's a woman, so I don't know what you call her. Anyway, it's this long lineage because they have a matriarchal society. And she's this young woman in her 30s, and the question that was posed to the panel was, how do we go about as women really working to save or protect Mother Earth? And what this woman said from this Native American tribe was, the number one way that we can save, protect, and heal Mother Earth is to heal our relationship with our own mothers. And your work was really, it was really integral in my healing my relationship with my mother. And part of the reason that it was so fun to introduce you is because I love my mom so much and because I'm so proud of her. But then coming to your class together, all three of us, my mom, my sister, and I, and healing that back and forth was really huge. So, anyway.
It's one of the things that I'm the most proud of is how, like, I wrote the course for my daughter, Maggie, who is now 14. And every time there is a mother and a daughter who come to the class, I just can't even believe the shock waves of joy and gratitude inside of me to see that reclamation that I never could have imagined, but has taken place spontaneously. Yeah. And I just feel like there's something that's bigger than it has a reverb that I can't even capture with my emotions or my language, but I'm so humbled and grateful.
It's big. It's really big. The work that you're doing, though it may be accessorized with pink feathers, is really huge. And so one of the things that I've done is I've attended, Regina's, your mastery course 4 times, which is an in-person 4-weekend course with an optional weekend in Miami, which is so much fun. And then also two months of follow-up afterwards. But you're rolling out something new, which is pretty exciting, that I never participated in because it wasn't available. But will you talk about that a little bit?
Yes. We have, for the very first time, a class called Virtual Pleasure Bootcamp. Mastery is a live seminar that takes place inside New York City. And I have women flying in from all over the world, but I can only take about 200 women. And it's a big commitment of time. It's 5 live weekends over 6 months, and then there's an online community and telephone calls. So it's huge. And there are women that will never make it to New York to take the Mastery program, but are huge fans of the School of Womanly Arts, or have a longing for sisterhood, a longing for community, or a longing to really understand their nature as women and to stand more strongly inside of their dreams and desires and begin to live them. So we created Virtual Pleasure Bootcamp. Actually, my partner, Dr. Ann Davin, who is both my business partner and my creative partner, she designed the program based on the book, Mama Gena's School of Womanly Arts, and it's an in-depth investigation and practice of each of the arts. It's broken out over 10 weeks. It starts in September, and the course is so powerful because of the way it's organized, so that each week there's practices, there are homeworks, there's calls with all of the students that get on the phone and support each other, and they are launching all kinds of incredible like deeply held desires. There are women who come because they want to restore or repair a marriage. There are women who come because they want to get their dating life off the ground. There are women who come because they want to make a transition and move towards a more desire-based career or receive their value at their jobs. So whatever is the heartbeat of what a woman wants, boot camp is designed to support that unfolding through the use of the womanly arts and the tools. And we've had incredible results. Oh, and it all ends up in Miami.
Ooh!
It ends up in Miami's included.
Wait,
so
what are the dates of the Miami weekend? I'm just going to put them down for myself so I can come.
It is the 11th, 12th, and 13th of November.
Okay, cool.
So boot camp graduates down there. Everybody will have the opportunity, if they like, to come to Miami and meet each other in the class. But of course, they don't have to. And there are women that won't, because there are women taking this class from all over the world.
And
although you never know.
Well, you never know. But what I can tell you is that a lot of people will ask me, what is it, Kate, about you? What is it about you that's so joyful? Like, what do you do that keeps you so happy, so open-hearted? And I can really say that my major secret weapon is the womanly arts and the tools from your school, and having been immersed in that community, and my primary people who I work with in business and my personal life are sister goddesses. And it's in every aspect of my life, and I can't even, it's almost like when people ask me that question, it's almost so innate that I don't even think about it. And so any woman on the planet, I think, could I don't want to say needs to, because that's sort of, but every woman on the planet must go to the School of Womanly Arts.
Well, it's very practical, because it's wonderful to know that the landscape called woman can be charted.
Yeah. And
it can be enjoyed, rather than that feeling of overwhelm, or actually, which it starts from feeling underwhelmed or depressed or disenfranchised from a culture that doesn't understand what a woman is and what kind of environment causes her to thrive.
Yes.
But once that environment is delivered and once the tools are given, women just fly, and that is such a relief. You can just relax and enjoy the privilege of being a woman. And so I'm happy
It
because
is.
I was the most disenfranchised thing you could have ever encountered, really.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm not.
Now I'm, how do you say? Not.
No.
So, anyway, you can learn more about the Virtual Pleasure Bootcamp or the Mastery Program, which will be happening in next time spring of 2012. And the links are below. And I love you so much, Regina. Thank you for everything you've done for our family. And just thank you for being you and for shining that light of pleasure and desire on the planet, because it's absolutely a necessity to every woman. Yeah.
Thank you. It is such my great pleasure. And my only regret about Skype is I just can't run it over to you right now and give you a massive.
You definitely got me a little teary, and I haven't cried on Glimpse TV that often, so surprisingly enough.
That's so good.
Thank you. Mwah. Have a beautiful rest of your summer, and hopefully I'll see you in New York in September.
Look forward to all and everything, and big kiss back.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.